Those motherfuckers burned down my city. Oh, they make me so mad. Hey everybody, once again my name is Pasadenazorro, and this is my playthrough of Civilization 5 Gods and Kings. I am currently embroiled in a war against the Danish in my king level difficulty playthrough of how to beat a computer. As of last episode, the Danish decided that my city of Lyon, again probably butchering the pronunciation, but it used to be right here where it says city ruins. Yeah, those used to be my ruins. And now they're just no man's land ruins, which is really the worst kind of ruins. But I am about to lay such a beat down on the Danish, they don't even know what's going to happen. That great general, toast. Who is that? Is that Sun Tzu? Alright, he's toast. They're toast. They're about to be toast too. It's just going to be a nation of toast. Alright? A nation of toast. So let's start this toast session off. As I said in the last video, you always want to start out with your actual unit ranged attacks. That way, ooh, almost forgot one. That way you don't miss out on any delicious, delicious experience. So, there's a warrior gone. No trouble. Next up, we're going to fight that catapult. Boom. Not only do we take out a catapult, we take the great general with it. These guys have enough experience to gain a level. I'm going to... Do they have anything? They're a medic, so I don't need two medics. So I'm going to go with... Most of them... some of their stuff is in... You know what? I'm going to make them a more well-rounded unit. And I'm going to make them fight as... or rather, I'm going to give them the drill promotion to give them a bigger bonus in rough terrain. They are going to move down into the hills. Since they're wounded, I want to have them have a little bit of a defensive bonus. And these guys are going to come up here. Stand point against the spearmen. As for these dudes, I'm going to have them build a mine right there since they are no longer in any current danger. Orleans is going to build... Oh, the heroic epic is available. There's a good thing, I suppose. Orleans is going to build a set of walls. Another thing that... I can't do that there. What I'm also going to do after the spearman is done building is I'm going to buy another military unit with faith. Remember, you can only do that in a city that is following your current religion. So Paris can do it since it is the holy city of Zoroastrianism and has 4 followers of that religion to 1 follower of the general pantheon. Orleans, however, cannot. It is 1 and 1. So 1 Zoroastrian follower, 1 pantheon follower, and that's all we got. So a new day rises. They're still milling about down here. They brought another catapult into range. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to move these spearmen back up here and bring these spearmen across the river. We don't really want to go deal with that unit that was down there just now. We do, however, want to put as much of a beating on that catapult as possible. It is the more dangerous of these units. So first we're going to start off with the warrior that has more health to work with. Then we're going to follow up with the one that's a little bit more wounded. So now that catapult's almost dead. They are probably going to have to pull that back, actually. I'm going to take this opportunity and move my archers up 1, and I'm going to keep them where they are. These guys are also going to move up. I'm going to move them over here to this side of the river, since there isn't really a whole lot of ranged firepower I have over here. Yep. See, they've got to pull that back. They had to use a level up. Did anybody else see that? They had to use a level up to gain 50 hit points for their catapult. So instead of it becoming stronger, they just had to heal it. And that's not going to do them a whole lot of good. Currently, my spearmen are better in the open. So I want one that's good in rough terrain. And I'm going to move him up here. Paris is also, as I said it was going to purchase... Oh, I don't have quite enough faith to get a spearman. I don't have any iron to buy a swordman with. So I'm just gonna... Okay. So I'm gonna... on second thought, I think I'm gonna let my faith accumulate a little bit. And I'm going to start building... I do want that heroic epic, but not quite yet. I still need some firepower here. So I'm going to get another spearman out. As far as the archers go, these spearmen would be able to attack this square, but I am protected by my own spearman, so I can bombard them somewhat safely. I'm going to move them up here, more towards the front. That unit I'm going to heal, as I am with... should I? At this point, I think I'm actually going to let them come to me. So this would be out of range of their catapult. I'll have the opportunity to heal a little bit. Move them up to here. Just out of range. That's alright, though. And we're going to have them heal up as well. Oh, God. City ruins. Oh, I will build there once again. Fear not. Okay, so that warrior is really hurting. But since I have a defensive line here, I can move him safely out of harm's way. He's also pretty low down. We want to have him heal up. These guys, however, here's what's happening with this. Always go for the weak ones first. That way, now I didn't manage to kill him. He'll probably run off and live to fight another day. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. As a matter of fact, I could actually come across the river and kill him without too much of a detriment to myself. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to move the archers over here. That way they have a better firing solution. And since the spearman is the more dangerous of the two units, I'm going to bombard them for 25 hit points. Those spears are going to stay there. These spears are going to come down here and pick a fight with the warriors. 41 to 28. That's pretty well in my favor. Next up, I'm going to be researching mathematics so I can get catapults of my own and do to them what they did to me. Now, what I'm hoping, I don't think they can see my my workers, but just in case they do get a visual somehow, I want them to be baited into coming up north here and trying to capture them. You can sometimes use non-combat units, such as workers are probably the better one since they're cheaper, but you can use non-combat units as bait fairly effectively. So, here's what's up next. These archers are going to go for them, since they have better range. These are going to shoot them, and all of my archers get in on the fun. Meanwhile, we need another medic down here, so I'm going to give him that bonus. Move him back across the river. They're going to start building a farm. They will fight. And once again, now 26 to 21, not as good as it was. Regardless, those warriors are now fully healed, as are those spearmen. We're going to have to do a little bit of shuffling. Alright. So here we go. Now we want to take a look at these cities. That's in open land, that's in a hill, and this is grassland. So, open terrain is the better promotion. Move them down here, secure the southern front. Meanwhile, they are all totally healed, so we're going to switch positions, move them to the back, let them heal up, and we want our archers to start moving towards the high ground. Remember, they're going to get extra range if they're I almost said purchased. If they're perched on a hill. They're going to fortify, since I think they're going to stay there, and then once these spears have a chance to move down, I'll get 15% extra combat bonus for having two adjacent units. Move these guys up here. Looks like the coast is clear. These warriors, they're not a medic, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them right around here, right up by this forest, and use them as a lookout. Now then, I've got a pretty sizable army, and it's going to be a little bit, about 3 turns if I'm reading through my screen correctly. Yep, 3 turns. Before I can build a catapult. So what I'm going to do, I do really want a catapult, but I've got a fairly strong army, so I'm going to use 2 turns up and build a library. This is a fairly sizable army. I'm happy with its effect. And I'm going to start moving down here towards this city. Is it... How would we pronounce that? Aarhus? We're going to start moving down towards that. The capital is probably a little bit too well defended, and I'm not too thrilled with Copenhagen. Copenhagen? I don't know. I keep saying I'm not going to embarrass myself anymore, and then I do. So we're going to have them heal up. Since they're a medic, and these are a medic, they're going to help each other heal even faster. Have these guys come over here. And the archers continue their move south. I'm a little bottlenecked right now. Not much I can do about that. Except just soldier through. Alright, so always start out with your stronger unit. Then go for the cleanup. They'll be dead within the next turn. Okay. If I get them any closer, they are probably going to get bombarded by the city. I'll try to see how far I can get them in, but I'm not expecting a whole lot here as far as range goes. I just want to be able to make sure that nothing is coming down from the north to ransack me. Now in 2 turns that wall will be done, in 3 turns the library will be done. Ah! Okay. So. Oh, they appear to have been pillaged even as it is. Now, let's have a look. Oh, that is not a whole lot of... Okay. That's why you need the catapults. Even some of my best archers attacking a city is only going to do that little bit of damage. That's not going to be enough. So, let's move out of Copenhagen's range. Look down here. Defensive 11. Much better odds at taking them. So until I can get some catapults up and off the ground, that's what we're going to do. Now, I can't get to them in time. But what I think... no, because they can... Normally, I would want to take a position on this hill right here. But because they have both a catapult and the normal ranged attack of the city, I'd get worn down pretty quickly, and it would just be taking arbitrary damage. Not really what I'm after. So we're going to leave them there, just to keep a lookout for me. We're going to leave them there for the moment, too, and they will start constructing a mine. They will get promotion. These guys will work for their promotion, and, oh, just remembered, I now have 110. Do I have enough to get a catapult? Yes, I do. So I'm going to buy a catapult with faith, and I'm going to tool it out against units in open terrain. That unit is out of moves, however. Once you buy something with faith, you can only use it the next turn. I'm now going to start researching currency. My army's doing pretty well. I'm winning in the field, and I'm feeling pretty confident. So I want to be able to correct this. Yeah, I'll bet you do. 620 gold. The time has come to end this war. You know, I could not agree more. I am going to piss on your grave and salt the earth around it, though. Take your money and shove it. See, you can't let them get away with that. You just cannot let them get away with besieging one of your cities. Now we're going to move them up into here. Oh ho ho ho. See this? This is an opportunity to take out another one of their catapults. Now this might hurt. In fact, there's a very good chance this is going to hurt. But it will take the legs right out from under them. My own catapult, meanwhile, is going to start moving up. It's going to be a while. I'm probably going to have to retreat from this. This is not a sustainable position in and of itself yet. Yet. But it can be. With 10 turns... You know, 10 turns is... that's a lot. This city doesn't have very good production, even still. So we're going to go with an archer, because it's the fastest military unit I can produce. See? 3 ranged attacks. It's going to put a hurt on anything. Don't let it get to you. Now they're down a catapult, and they don't seem to really have that strong of an economy to be able to fight back. So... we're going to retreat some units. We're probably going to lose that archer too. That's okay. Once again, going to start churning out the catapults here, is what we're going to do. Most of our army is now healed back here. Ah, we meet the Russians. How you doing, Catherine? As sensible as I am attractive? Well, as it would happen. Alright, now here's a very important thing. We can't take any city right now, so we're going to move them back. We are also going to move these guys up, but remember, you can promote after you move. So heal instantly. That way, even if you get shot to bits, you won't quite die. And that's the important thing. After that, start moving some of your other units up. You also want to have some superfluous units come with you. That way, if you have to have a meat shield, you can afford to sacrifice something. And speaking of that, I'm going to move these guys back up into my territory and upgrade them, since I now have an iron mine, I should say. 55 gold, worth it, boom. French swordmen. And they are going to need further orders. You know, I'm going to start constructing a road back to Paris. That way, after this catapult is done, I can build a settler, reclaim here, which is rightfully mine in the first place. And that way I'll have a Midland city right in here before I go and capture the Danish cities. The catapult slowly makes its way across the river. Oh. Well then. Well, that's a pretty good thing to have. Now, unfortunately, I can't do anything about this catapult right now. So I have to just retreat and heal. The swordsman is going to return to the hill. The great general is going to start making his way up here. That'll give everybody a nice combat bonus. Smaller cities first. That'll kill the economy of the larger city and make everything generally easier. As a matter of fact, you're going to move them up there and upgrade them as well. With any luck, this will allow me to produce a two-pronged attack, so to speak. Maybe I can draw some resources away from the fight down here in the south if I can distract them with a pair of upgraded units up north. Real quickly, founded Buddhism. I want to check out what Moscow is. So Moscow has salt. Now, one of my cities wants salt, so I'm going to want to trade with them. They have cotton, which I'm going to have shortly, horses, and cows. They are also a very northern civilization. Okay, so we can use all that information. As we can already see happening, they are starting to redeploy some of their forces up north to deal with these swordsmen, which is just A-okay. I'm going to move back here. Remember to keep a hill between yourself and another one of the ranged units like the catapults that they have. You know, I'm going to move over there. Actually, you know what? No. I want to be able to block their movement getting to the workers, and they're going to be moving this way anyhow, so I don't want to position them over on a mine and then just have the barbarians take them. So, first things first, we want to make sure that we're not getting bottled up. So I'm going to move down 2 squares there, move the catapults into the woods, spearmen make their way into the hills, and those spearmen move with them. If I can crack this city, then I can crack both of them. They're going to want to... I gotta move them too. They're going to want to concede the fight as soon as I take one city. They already tried to concede, and I just wasn't having it. So, if I can get one of their cities down, then I can get all of them down. I will have drained their military resources, and my catapult will have been done. I'll be able to protect my borders from whatever barbarian incursions are going on, and the entire continent will essentially be mine.